LA survives a abysmal third quarter, being outscored by 21 alone in that quarter. They end up overcoming a second-half 15-point deficit. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, later in the show, but let's not let the facts get in the way of a good story, because right now, the Lakers, they improved to 14-2 big game in the clutch. They were able to execute when it mattered most. They showed some no quit in them, obviously pointing to the resiliency. Luka, 2 rebounds shy of a 33-point triple-double, but your guy, he was take your shot. Rui Hachimura coming alive down the stretch. LA improves to 2-1 on this 8-game Grammy road trip.
Still thinking about, we should have won that Clipper game. I'm still thinking it would have been a sweet 4-in-a-row branch, but nevertheless, the Lakers did do what they had to do to regain their momentum or get their chemistry back after that Clipper loss. I thought the start of the game was really, good for the Lakers. They got out, they got some good shots, they got some good defense. The ball was moving. Rui was knocking down shots. But then that third quarter, they kind of collapsed and let Williams get to the bucket and get the lead back. But hey, they met the challenge, got it back together in the fourth, and executed well and spread the ball around. And Rui got hot again, and they were able to. And I think Hayes did a good job, protecting the rim. Marcus Smart had some plays where it kind of ignited them, and they just collectively did what they had to do in the fourth. But that third quarter, man, I was really upset with that third quarter. But it happens, teams come back, but it's how you react and recover, and they were able to do that.
James, Alley, I'm not going to lie. I looked at these standings about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Figured out the Lakers lose, they would drop to 7th in the West, below that line. They'd be in that play-in tournament field. But no need to worry about that. They're still in 5th with a really, really captivating finish to that fourth quarter. Allie, how do you beat a downtrodden Dallas team at home? How about a 37-point fourth quarter by the Lakers? That's going to help you. And you alluded to Rui. To me, Rui's the X factor tonight. He absolutely won this game for them. The 4-point play followed up with a 3-pointer. He has not been hitting from deep this entire month. Remember, he was hurt, missed some time, lost his starting job. This is a big kudos to Rui game. 17 points. It's his best output since the first week of December, James. I mean, he hasn't played this well in a long, long time. And granted, he hasn't been himself physically. But tonight, wow, if they can get production like this from him, night in and night out, and the clutch part of it too, those 7 points in the final few minutes. Rui should get the game ball tonight for sure.
No doubt.
17 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 7 in 27 minutes of action for Rui. Big night there indeed from Marcus Smart as well on both ends of the floor, but it was about Rui Hachimura down the stretch. He finished with 17, as I mentioned. You see the numbers, the 4 of 7. He's been dealing with that calf injury, and just his return, which he's been very candid about, is just going to take some time and rhythm. But I think in the clutch and big moments for his confidence, big game, a shooter like he is, knowing how much and well he can impact this team. This is a big night for him.
Big night. Goes back to the big game winner he shot when LeBron gave him that pass and he knocked down the game winner. He's capable of doing this a lot. I mean, I think, for me, I think Rui's going to be, the X factor. I know, Austin Reeves is coming back, but I think this guy, particularly off the bench, 31 points off the bench tonight. We were wrong. I didn't think they would get 20, but they were both. Rui came in and took care of that. So if he can continue this, I mean, he is a versatile player, shoots the 3, can shoot the mid-range, a physical player, and tonight he demonstrated exactly what we've been looking for out of him.
Trade deadline 12 days away. Not to belabor the point about Rui, but if they get this production from him consistently, and he came off the bench plenty in his time with the Washington Wizards, maybe they don't need to worry about getting a bench scorer. They still got that one empty roster spot, Alley, so they can go fishing for either a defender or a bench guy, unless, of course, they do a 2-for-1 trade or something like that, open up another roster spot. But bottom line, great game by Rui. On a kind of a weird night for the Lakers. They were up a lot. They had a great first half. We were saying how poor they've been in the first half the last couple weeks, getting outscored by about 10 points every first half. But great job tonight. And then they really faded that third. Very impressive finish for them on a night where DeAndre Ayton, James, the second best field goal percentage guy in the NBA, 4 for 16 tonight for DeAndre. Hey, Rui more than made up for that, that's for sure.
He sure did. I think like we said, we didn't think the bench would get plus 20, but that was a big plus. And I just thought that, they kept it together. Normally when a team comes back on you, and Dallas had the momentum in Dallas,
Yes.
Williams was getting layup after layup, and it's just like they were going to lose it. But they kept it together, realized that they needed not lose 2 in a row. And they executed down the stretch, and they showed some poise, and that's what they needed.
Coach D. Fish was seeing if he could get more eligibility for Crespi out of Williams, because he was incredible tonight. Let me tell you.
We weren't too far off from our pregame predictions when it came to Luka Doncic. He's averaging nearly a triple-double, 33-point triple-double versus his former team. And tonight, big game, he had 33. 8 rebounds, 11 assists. We thought he'd have maybe 12 this time around, but he was the second highest plus-minus guy at plus 18. He got to the free throw line.
Plus 14, plus-minus for Luka Doncic. That's
plus 18.
18. Mm-hmm. That's good production for him, because not only is he getting 33 points and 11 assists and 8 rebounds, he is, getting to the line. He's, controlling the game. He's getting other people involved. The pace, all of that. So this is a complete game for him going back into Dallas, and an emotional game for him anytime he goes back to Dallas. But getting to the line, you said 14 out of 15 times?
Yep.
That's some awesome Reef stuff right there.
Shocker here, James. Luka Doncic now 4-0 against his former team. He might go like 24-0 by the time all is said and done.
Will he ever be beat by the Mavericks?
Exactly. 44-0, however long he ends up playing in the NBA. Bottom line, you can see the excitement for him from start to finish in this game. Really nice kind of a period at the end of the paragraph, too. At the end of the game, Mark Cuban went up to him and hugged him. Mark was the former owner of the Mavericks, drafted Luka almost a decade ago, and he was the one who spoke up several weeks after that trade happened, almost a year ago to the day, and he said, you know what? How did we not get more than one draft pick, one first-round draft pick for this deal? And he was right. To this day, that's the biggest head scratchers. You get a nice young player, and Max Christie, who had another good game tonight. Mm-hmm. You get AD, who's 6 years older than Luka, but at least he's an all-star with some defensive presence. But as Mark Cuban said, one first-round pick, and he's no longer the owner. He's a minority owner now of the Mavericks. But man, I agree with him. Should have gotten 11 first-rounders for a guy like Luka Doncic.
Shout out to him too. The note that was delivered on the broadcast about surprising fans with a suite that showed him support. And I say that from a standpoint too. He has fully embraced being a Los Angeles Laker.
Mm-hmm.
But cool. You knew exactly how much.
With Luka jerseys, and hey, he's giving out bikes to his teammates here, and giving out suites in Dallas. He's an NBA guy. Plays for the Lakers, but he's an NBA superstar. So wherever he goes, man, he's going to get good reception, and he's always friendly to fans. Talks a little trash to them too sometimes. Yeah. But I think they like that. I think they love Luka and what he represents as an NBA All-Star.
He kind of reminds me of Shaq. Shaq was so generous to the people of LA, and obviously, Luka's no longer in Dallas, but he just seems like real, genuinely happy to be here kind of guy. And I feel like Shaq, the famous story, Ali, he found out that one of the equipment managers really had a broken down car, and Shaq's like, all right, that's too bad. The next day, there was a brand new pickup truck for the equipment manager. So obviously a guy like Luka reminds me of Shaq, just with the generosity. And how cool, going back to his old arena, as you mentioned, that's a great point. I'm so glad you brought it up. And saying, hey, I respect the fans here, especially the ones who supported me after the trade. I'm going to get you all in a suite tonight.
Look, if anyone's car breaks down here, Luka got them all e-bikes.
Right?
We still haven't got ours, but I mean, hey, he's generous, just like that. Let's check out this full screen as we approach the All-Star break. Most 30-point games before that time of the season, and Luka finds himself on it with quite the list of people. He's got 26 said games, not to mention big games. Smiling throughout that entire press conference right there. You can just see the comfortability as we approach almost 1 year since he was traded.
Yeah, even though he didn't have anything to do with the trade, he did get traded. I think he's made peace with both sides now. I think he's gone back to Dallas. He still loves it there. Still loves his fans there. He's found a new home in LA, which hopefully will be his home for the next 10 years. So, I think he's complete now, and he's just continuing to go on and be the great player that he is.
Allie's got 10 games left until the All-Star break. Think he'll set that record?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, all he needs is 2 more 30-point games. It's probably going to happen in 2 games. And James, you nailed it. Like you just sense the excitement amongst Laker fans that they got this 27-year-old now. 27 or is he 26 though? 26 though, excuse me. I'm trying to add a year to him for some reason. It's just a young, fun approach. And I wasn't kidding, James. He's not going to lose to Dallas for a while, let me tell you. I mean, especially as banged up as they are. And, credit the Mavs for having a nice effort tonight, despite being without AD. And, of course, Kyrie, probably the entire season. Why bring him back at this point? They're not even really going to be in the play-in bunch. But, just Luka's just such a marvel. Such a find for that Lakers almost a year ago.
Get a 6-point win over the Mavs. Luka 8, 11, 33. I just read that backwards. Rui was 17 off the bench. LBJ was 17, 8, and 5 of his own. Overcome that third and fourth quarter. Man, 14 points as a team for the Lakers in the third to then put up 37 in the fourth. Max Christie, former Laker himself, 24 and 3. Road trip, it rolls on Monday. Lakers and Bulls at 5 p.m. on Spectrum Sportsnet. Pregame coverage begins at 4 o'clock. And once it's over, join us for reaction on our postgame show. As always,